Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Big Gauchos, Stock Investing. So it's completely out of pocket, top of money in your pocket. I'm Austin, back with the boys. We got another episode. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, Big Gauchos? It's your boy, Big Gaucho Tyler. We back with another video.
Hey guys, it's Big Gaucho Dave here. We are back indeed. Before we get started, make sure to pause, like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate all the love and support. It helps us to stay motivated. And let's get on with it. So the first news today, we got Boeing. They're in some deep water. They have been hit with a pretty hefty fine by the criminal justice system of $2.5 billion, which is in connection with the 737 MAX jet that happened last year back in, I think it was March, when they were crashing out of the sky tragically.
Yep.
And why they're being fined essentially is that the Boeing was covering up what exactly was wrong with the airliners to the FAA, and that's been uncovered in multiple lawsuits. And as a result, they've been hit with a crazy high fine, and most of it's going to compensate airliners that bought the 737 but had to ground them for a better part of a year and a half, which cost them a lot of money just maintaining the airplane, and also not having to not being able to offer rides on it, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. I get why a lot of the money is going there, especially because I read that each Max 8 was retailing for about 100 million brand new.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that is not a cheap piece of equipment to just have randomly crash, and obviously very tragic for the people involved as well. But that's a butt ton of money. But also that means really not that many Max 8s were even sold if they're only shelling out 1.7 billion for that. If you think about it.
Yeah, so let me break down the numbers real fast. So the numbers are about $250 million. So $250 million is going for criminal penalties, just probably pay court fees and all that other garbage. And then $1.77 billion is going to the airliners. And then $500 million is going for relatives, family members that were, crash victims of those two acts. I think it was two, right? Or it was three?
It was two or three, but they all happened the same way. So it's hard to tell.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is nice that they're being compensated, even though, money can never replace what's been lost.
Unfortunately, yes.
What do y'all think about the stock price going into this? They're about to shell out $2.5 billion. So you think it's going to be a small dip? You think the Boeing stock's going to go under 200 again, and then maybe a potential buy situation, or what are we thinking?
Honestly, I don't really think it's going to do anything. I think it's just going to stay pretty even, because ultimately bad news makes the stocks go higher these days, and the good news makes the stocks stay the same or dip slightly. So really there's no way that the stocks have gone down in the last year. So my theory is that it's probably just going to stay the same as where it is now. No real major change. For whatever reason, it's impossible to lose money on stocks right now. So I'm saying that very facetiously, but you guys know what I mean.
Yeah, you're very right. Dow Jones at 31,000, Bitcoin broke 40,000. So we're definitely in an uptrend, which really doesn't make any sense. But going back to Boeing, I am personally a shareholder of this stock, so I'm a little bit biased. But I do hope that they do drop under 200. I might just cop a couple more. You're probably right. It won't affect them too much, but the way the trend is going, they should be going up again. I think they still have a lot of room to still go up. Pre-crash, I think they were around like $350. They're still only around 200. So
Yep. It's not a whole lot of room to be a growth stock, and it's really not that big of a value stock. So I think it's probably just going to stay where it's at, because it's normally a reliable investment for people. But obviously we had those circumstances earlier in the year, so it's a little shaky on the fundamentals.
Yeah, for me, it's a buy.
I would say just hold. So I'll go in the middle.
I think it's going to drop down quite a bit. So I would say if you have it, probably sell it now and then you can buy it back maybe a couple weeks later. I think it's going to drop significantly from this news personally, but we'll find out.
Yep, I guess there's only one way to find out, and that is with time. But the other thing that time will tell is election results, which are highly debated and contested in the year that we're in, but might be some positive news depending on how you look at it coming out of these Georgia results. Here to tell you more is Dave, right?
Yes, sir. So,
Yep.
as we know, if you've paid attention to the U.S. politics, the Georgia election runoffs have pretty much been decided now. Both Democratic candidates won those races within margin. I think it's without margin. There's not going to be a recount, so I'm pretty sure it's confirmed now. But
It's confirmed,
that's good
It
news
is done.
for cannabis stocks. They've been rallying like crazy ever since really the past couple of days. Once President-elect Joe Biden was officially confirmed by the House, but they've been rallying because that's in his plan to legalize marijuana throughout the country. So these stocks have been going sky high. Of course, they're not as high as they were when they IPO'd, but it's to be expected, I guess.
Hey, some gains is better than no gains.
Yeah,
True.
100%. And this is no exception, especially these days. Need a good buy and hold stock.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're a holder of cannabis or a user of cannabis or, supporter of cannabis, whatever, then you're probably pretty happy right now because the Democrats have pretty much completely controlled the government with the presidency, the House, and the Senate. Well, the Senate's split 50-50, but with the vice president breaking the tiebreaker, it's pretty much they have control.
Yep. That's the first time that one party's had complete control in a while.
Yeah, I think the last time it happened was when Trump just got in 2016.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm stupid. Okay, well it was 5 years or 4 years. So
Oof, 4-year terms, big guy.
whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. What do y'all think about cannabis stock? Is it a buy now or wait till it calms down from all the news? What are we thinking? I know Austy's a bag holder for the rest of his life. No questions asked.
Well, I have to be by default. I've probably lost 86% on Aurora just because it's dropped so much over the years. So
buy some more and lower your average buy cost.
You couldn't pay me. You couldn't give me the money and then ask me to do it with somebody else's money. I still wouldn't do it. It's too painful. But I don't think that their companies are very focused because they always talk about how much the industry is going to grow and nobody really ever does it to the extent that they say they will. That's why Aurora is so disappointing, and that's why Tilray and Canopy Growth are so wildly fluctuating all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think a big part of it is when marijuana eventually becomes legalized, I don't think the number of people using that product is going to grow exponentially. I don't think it's really going to change much at all. Like, if you want to smoke it, you're just going to smoke it, regardless if it's legalized or not. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, I would agree. And would the federal legalization get some tax revenue? Maybe. It's hard to say. I mean, that's always a big argument, but they haven't really specified anything in that, even though it's in Joe Biden's 100-day plan. So guess we'll see what really happens.
Yeah, and also, like, there's another problem that if they tax it way too high, then people will just keep buying it underground, essentially from the cartels, which then it's just going to be kind of pointless. Like, I don't know.
You got to be careful. You can't go too gung ho on everything right when you get started. Nobody's going to do it.
Exactly. But I think it was pretty successful in Colorado, at least from what I was reading about.
Yeah, Colorado, Washington, Nevada. It's a big business.
California,
in Nevada, just because of Vegas. But yeah, lots of states, Massachusetts, a lot of the East Coast states have it too. So pretty cool stuff. Might do some good stuff and might not. But if you're an Aurora bag holder like me, just keep holding on because we'll never get our money back, but we can at least recover a little bit more.
So I've been there, done that, and I know what it's like to chase your losses, Austy.
I know it always feels bad, but sounds like Jeff Bezos is going to be chasing some L's soon because Daddy Elon's got him lapped up now.
Yeah. So news just came out just today. Papa Musk is now the richest man in the entire world. He surpassed Jeff Bezos by actually a very large margin because Tesla just went up so much today. And really through the past couple of weeks, and actually, if you want to go that far, the past year they've gone up, what, 700% or something crazy like that?
Yeah, 700% in a year.
That's so
Yeah,
crazy.
So right now, as of market closing, Elon Musk's net worth is $188.5 billion, and Elon Musk is only, a lousy 187 billion.
Second place. No one likes that.
Ugh.
Watch how Jeff Bezos is like, all right, we're doing a 5-to-1 stock split on Amazon. Everybody's gonna start buying them.
Jeff Bezos is now the richest man in the world once again.
I mean, it could happen, but you got to take into account that his divorce cost him about, I think it was 25% of his Amazon shares. So if you take that into account, he should have like 230 billion or something.
Yeah,
Well,
that's very true. And even less in cash. It's mostly just all in stock.
Yeah, I mean
But-
that's for both of them. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
shouldn't have cheated on his wife. What can I say? That was probably the most expensive girl that he's ever been with.
Oh my gosh. Hey, you're not wrong on that. Yeah,
Hey, man.
gotta stay loyal. But
Got to.
yep, definitely do. But what's really weird is like I always think about, remember when Tesla did their split back in August and we thought $330 for a share of Tesla was expensive? I mean, they closed at $815 today.
Mhm.
I'm kind of bitter. I mean, even if I only had 2 shares, would have made $1,000 by now.
It would have made a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you're a bag holder since like literally any time before 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you bought it in 2019 or 2018 or even 2017, you're a very happy man right now. Well, you've probably been a very happy man for the past year.
Assuming you could even hold this long, I gotta say, even if I did have like $1 million in Tesla, I don't know that I could still hold it through all the ups and downs of last year and like still be holding it right now where it would pay off. I probably would have sold it and taken a lesser profit personally.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard to hold, especially with how much Tesla's gone up. I think
know.
I think I would have sold if I tripled my money.
I would have
me
also. I mean, you never know where the ceiling is, and especially with how volatile and over. Technically, I'll say it like this: technically overinflated Tesla is. You never really know where the stop is on the roller coaster, so you kind of got to get off where you can and still be okay.
Oh yeah,
Honestly,
definitely.
I think the cap for Tesla's market cap, the upper echelon, is going to be probably equal to the U.S. GDP. Probably about $21 trillion.
21 trillion.
Yeah, you're crazy. I mean, here's put it into perspective. PE ratio is 1,469.
Nothing.
No, now it's a 1616.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it went up again.
I mean, I'm just getting off of what it says on Robinhood. Okay,
Oh, okay. I went on Google Stocks, so
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Might be different.
But
Might be.
yeah, what are we thinking, boys? Is this gonna keep going up, break $1,000, or what?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised if it hits 1,000 before it goes back down.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I talked about this last episode. If you have just like a random bag of money that you don't know what to do with, that's literally just gonna rot, buy Tesla stock because it goes against every logical rule we have in this stock market business. Because all it does is go up. So unfortunately, Tesla is now a buy in my book. But please do not buy Tesla if that's the only stock you want to buy. Diversify. And please, like seriously, like you have to understand, like as high as it is, any day it could just tank.
True. Any day, honestly.
It's so absurd.
Any day there's bad news about Tesla, it's gonna tank a lot.
Dude, if you had $1,000 in March though, think about this. You would have over 10 grand today if you held on to it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do not. I also miss Bitcoin, and that cost me almost $35,000 as well.
I don't even want to think about how much money I would have right now if I want to be one of those idiots that put their like entire life savings into Bitcoin at the beginning of the year.
Me too.
Just like
me
empty
too.
my entire bank account and put it in Bitcoin. I wish I would have done that.
At
Yeah.
that point, you're just gambling, though. Just YOLOing it.
I know. Wish I had a time machine so I could go back to 2012 and buy some Bitcoin for $20.
Oh, dude, I'd buy them all.
I would too. I'd take out all the loans I could.
All right. Let's hold off on Bitcoin. We're a little bit getting ahead of ourselves.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing, But what are thoughts? What are thoughts on Amazon and Jeff Bezos? Do you think that he's going to retaliate aggressively on this second place position he's in?
Honestly, probably will. I think he's going to probably send out some, tanks to shell out some of the Elon Musk's mega factory in California.
Yeah, he's probably going to have SpaceX bulldozed illegally. But on a serious note, I don't think he's going to do anything because both of them have more money than they could ever spend in 100 of their lifetimes. So I think they're fine.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure there probably is. Like, he's probably upset. Honestly, I probably would be too. But I don't think it really matters too much. His company is still the largest company in the world, so he has that going for him.
It's very true.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe if you missed out on buying some Tesla or Amazon stock before it peaked, you could still get in on Roblox before it comes out because there's still time.
Yeah, so Roblox is gonna have their IPO be released very, very soon. There's no exact date yet, but it's going to be a direct listing. So it's not going to be through an investment bank. It's not going to be through an SPAC. So it's just going to be put out there. And it's kind of cool, I guess. I like that. I respect it. But it kind of sucks because their valuation is pretty high, in my opinion. The number of shares, the number of shares they're going to be selling is undetermined right now. So we don't know what the actual value per share will be. But it doesn't really matter because their market cap is, or their their market cap is going to be just around $30 billion.
Holy! Wait a second, Dave.
You're 30 billion.
This game by itself is worth $30 billion.
Yeah, according to Altimeter Capital and Dragoneer Investment Group, it is $30 billion.
Yeah, you're out of your mind. Is Minecraft even worth that much?
No, I think Minecraft was valued at like $3 billion or something.
That doesn't make any sense. Minecraft was literally the game of the century. You're telling me this game that I personally never played and didn't really know much of is worth $30 billion.
Hey, dude, yeah. you got to go with what the kids want,
Dude, yeah, these kids.
The problem with Minecraft though is it's like a one purchase thing where you just buy the game, and after you buy the game, they're not making any more revenue. With Roblox, from what I remember, I used to play it back when I was like in elementary school. From what I remember, it was a free-to-play game, and you could like buy these things called Roblox. I'm not really too sure what they did exactly, but they had some use, and you would put real money to buy Roblox. So you could always put more money in, and that's how they make their money. And they make pretty good revenue. So the revenue has gone up substantially throughout the years. So in 2017, it was about 46 million. In 2018, it jumped up to 335. And then last year, or not last year, in 2019, it was 435 million. And then Q4 of 2020 hasn't been released yet, but Q1, Q3 was 588 million. So if you just kind of estimate, it's probably around 800 million for last year together, which is pretty good in terms of revenue growth.
That is insane, but how does that even come up with a valuation of 30 billion?
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Austin. Like, Max, you're looking at a $2 billion company.
Exactly. So in the beginning of 2020, they were playing with the idea of going public, but they didn't really go through with it, obviously. And they were valued at about 4 billion then. So they jumped up about 7.5 times that time. They jumped up about 7.5 times since, then.
This market just makes me mad. This market just makes me mad because you can just demand whatever insane price you want for a stock, and people will buy it because there's so many new investors.
Yeah. For all those that are watching, please do not buy the IPO Roblox because it is overvalued. It is a big fat do not buy on my end. They're probably going to be priced at $80 a share, to be honest with you. Just don't do it. Just wait for the drop. Maybe get it at $40 if you're lucky.
No, I heard it was 800 a share.
Yeah, you're crazy. Don't buy this.
Jeez. Yeah, no, I wouldn't buy it either. But with that being said, if you want to see the big actors play some Roblox, drop us some likes and we'll hop on, play that game. I haven't played it since I don't know, like 8 years, maybe 9 years. I have no idea.
I've never played it.
I haven't either.
All right.
Well, I guess Dave will have to show us for the next big gacho challenge.
Yes, sir.
Now let's see if we can find out where the money is. If we can see that, I guess it's in Bitcoin now. They just hit 40,000 for the first time, new record high, which means because of Bitcoin doing this, the cryptocurrency market as a whole is worth over $1 trillion now. CNBC and Coinmetrics went on to note that the digital coin hit an all-time high, referring to Bitcoin, of 40,367 at 1 p.m. Eastern. So that would have been what, like 11:17 here. Bitcoin is up over 400% in the last year, and just since January 1st, it's gone up over 30%. So in the last week. If you'll recall, it was at about 26,000 right after Christmas. I remember that. So insane. So I think we all agree it's pretty insane, but is it an insane bubble for Bitcoin that's fueled by a lack of decent stocks to buy, or is this the natural growth of Bitcoin?
Oh yeah, I definitely think it's a bubble. We saw this 3 years ago. It was at Bitcoin was at what, $1,000, and then it went crazy, went up to $20,000, and then after it hit mainstream media news and all that good stuff, it jumped, and then I think it'll eventually go down again. Obviously, not what it was 3 years ago, but very similar pattern.
Yeah,
I personally think it's gonna go probably back down again. I think it's gonna take like 6 to 8 months before that, though. So there's definitely some room to make money. I personally do not believe anybody should put anything close to $40,000 for a Bitcoin because you're buying at an all-time high. Obviously, if you're trying to do like quick day trades, buy like 3 Bitcoins, and then if it goes up $2,000 or $1,000 on a day, pull out. Go for it if you're willing to take that risk. But for a long-term hold, I do not recommend $40,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah. I wish it was. Wish I'd listened when it was like 5,000. Kept it till now. I keep
tried,
saying that
man.
over and over again, but
I tried.
we tried.
Yeah, I would not buy into this either. I mean, it's always reached highs and then it crashes. I don't know when it's going to crash. Obviously, it may go up to 50,000 before that happens. Maybe go up to 60,000. I don't know, but it's going to crash eventually, and I just don't think it's a smart idea to buy into it right now. If you have it, sell it. Honestly, just sell it. Keep your profits.
yeah. Don't get greedy. I mean, we know a lot of you bought it at the beginning of last year. I mean, you held on to it for a year. You bought it at 7. So, I mean, you got like a $33,000 profit per coin, roughly. It's really rough math.
Also,
it's not a bad payday.
When Bitcoin hit $40,000 today, instantly after that, maybe like 5 minutes after, it literally dropped down to 38,000. It dropped $2,000 within like a 5-minute span. So we also have to be careful. As fast as it goes up, it can go just as fast down.
I hope it goes down really fast again. Next time it crashes, I'm gonna buy some. I don't even care.
Oh yeah,
I'm just gonna see what happens.
I told Dave if it goes down to 15 grand, I'm buying one. I don't care what happens.
15.
Yep.
I want it to go back to 7 again.
Hey man, I wish it does too, but the way it's looking right now, I don't think it'll get that low unless some major news comes out saying like Bitcoin is the biggest scam of the world, and then
down to $5.
Very true. Very true. $5 would be a sick buy-in. But it would be also sick to buy in if you get some of these big winners, big losers, and sleepers, in addition to diversify some of that Bitcoin. Hit that intro.
Check them out.
Woo. All right.
Ooh.
We got a most hated company on the list today, sadly.
Not even. Like top 3.
Top three most hated.
Yep, for number 1, we have Lemonade. Our old friend under the ticker LMND. They're up about 27.5% today. So, I don't know. They've been making some pretty good gains.
Oh,
Not bad.
They definitely beat all odds. Everything we said about them that was negative, they just basically shoved it right in our face and said, "Watch this." So We weren't in favor of them. They're at around $40 now. They're at what, like $120.
Yeah,
So,
something like that.
Credit is due when it's made, and props out to Lemonade. Do I think it's a buy? Not necessarily, because of how fast they have grown. So definitely be careful of that if you are thinking about putting money in Lemonade.
And no profit. So plain and simple, that's why I wouldn't buy it. It's just another tech startup in my eyes.
Yeah. So essentially what I'm hearing is buy $40 puts that expire in 3 days and you'll be good to go.
Actually,
Cash covered puts.
I was thinking tomorrow buy $40 puts on margin. Safest bet you can make.
Yes, sir. And number 2, we have CRISPR Therapeutics AG under the ticker CRSP, and they are up 18.66%. Ooh,
What do they do?
So they do what's called CRISPR. It's a biology technique to edit your genome. They're just trying to bring it into a way they can edit people's genomes that have genetic disorders like cystic fibrosis, or even just like genetic markers that make you more susceptible to cancers and really anything.
That's pretty cool.
It's a really cool technology. It's just, I don't think they can't really implement it into an organism, because, you know, we have trillions and trillions of cells that would be really hard to do. I don't know exactly how they plan on doing it, but they can easily do it for, you know, single-celled organisms pretty easily.
I'm with it. I'll take a risk on it.
Just start. I like it.
Buy
Exactly.
$500 calls expiring next week.
Jeez.
Now, eventually, maybe they'll be able to change your eye color. They'll just do some crazy stuff, and you'll have blue eyes then.
Oh, I would love to have like nice hazel blue eyes or hazel eyes. Oh, that'd be such a vibe. Or like those, like that honey brown eye. Ooh. Ooh.
I was just been thinking about this for a while.
Oh yeah, definitely give them a call.
Yes, sir. We definitely will. Buy some of those stocks.
Mm-hmm.
But check out the losers.
Some of them are not
Yes,
so
sir.
lucky.
Ooh.
Stinky,
Look at
stinky.
here.
Blech.
Bed Bath and Beyond Incorporated, BBBY. And didn't they file for bankruptcy?
Yep. Sure did.
So, I mean, it's pretty standard to have a bankrupt company go down 10%, you know. Obviously, we've never seen
Not
it
these
before
days.
where a bankrupt company hurts go up over 100, 200% for no reason because of the day traders. But, you know, I guess the times have changed, and now we're looking at a downtrend. Bed Bath & Beyond down 10.94%.
Sheesh. Not too great at all, I gotta say, but
Yeah.
expected.
True. And then number 2, we have Freddie Mac. From what I found, they had a bunch of tickers, like different funds, I guess. So this one was the one that lost the most, and it was FMCKM. But really, all of them lost like 10%, and so this one lost 10.24% on the day. So yeah, they do. They buy mortgage bonds essentially.
Yep. Good old boys at the government will buy your mortgage bond if it's under $548,250, and it meets their standards. So could get in with a pretty low down payment on that. Just a quick advertising. But yeah, it's interesting to see that they're down because the interest rates are so low, and everybody's always freaking out about how great the housing market is. So,
well, think about it though. End of the month, forbearance is over.
Yeah, I know. That's
So,
what I'm saying.
A lot of bankruptcies and foreclosures in the mist, and that means a lot of missed money and bad debt coming to Freddie Mac, Fannie Mac.
Yeah,
bad bonds.
They're already 16 billion in the hole, and that hasn't even happened yet.
Bad bonds. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when you don't get paid? Bad bonds.
Oh, that too. and we got a copyright strike.
Oh boy. Boy.
I was just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with Tyler. I think it might go down at the end of the month, so watch out for that dip.
Yeah, I'd stay away from it. Stay away from Freddie Mac. Blech.
And Fannie Mae and Ginnie Mae, all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, just stay away from the mortgage industry for a little while.
Except for Invesco. Buy them. They're nice.
Possibly. But make sure you don't stay away from these sleepers because we got some stuff coming in hot. Sleep.
Ooh.
Love how that's the unofficial intro now. LGI Homes is up at number 1. They're a new home builder. Lots of new home construction because the inventory is so low and interest rates are very low. So it is very cheap for you to borrow money right now. Pick up some LGI Homes. Might be building a community near you. Number 2, Yamana Gold, which is a favorite of Tyler. Spot price of gold is going up along with Bitcoin. So
Yeah,
I want to check it out.
Cool thing about it is they actually took a dip today. They're at $5.88. So potentially could get a buy on them for the long hold. Gold price is predicted to go to $2,500 plus. That's about $500 increase.
Sheesh.
Pretty nice payday. In the future, maybe people will just be paying with, little gold chips and Bitcoins.
I'm all for it.
Be pretty cool. Maybe we could pay with casino chips too.
Oh no, I'm never gonna gamble again. I'm done. Retired.
America's currency.
Yeah.
And then we also got the FedEx Corporation to ship those gold bullions to you. Make sure you pick up some FedEx. They're taking a little bit of dip because all their holiday business is gone now. Obviously, there's like no more holidays for a long time. Whew, excuse me. But make sure you pick up some of them and check them out. Don't buy UPS. But what do you guys think about that one?
I like it.
I like it. I mean, e-commerce is probably the next big thing, and what comes with that is shipping, and you have to ship your products, and it goes to FedEx, UPS, and no one really likes the, I think, U.S. Postal Service because they're so slow. So
Yeah, no, Tyler's got a point. Yeah, they're slow and unreliable, and I don't think there'll ever be a shortage of need for logistics companies.
Exactly. So honestly, if FedEx keeps dropping, try and get them at around like, the summertime or like exactly after a holiday season on the low, slow months. You definitely look for some major gains when they get to those nice holiday drives.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And if you buy FedEx and you use, promo code Big Gauchos, you can get a free Wilson.
Oh, dang. All right.
Ooh.
Sounds good to me.
Just kidding. We are not sponsored by FedEx, but we are sponsored by one of our favorites of all time, Anchor.
Ooh, hit that ad. That was a good one, Dave. I like that one.
Love it.
We have no new additions to the Bankruptcy Boneyard, and Ruby Tuesday sucks. Enough said.
Yeah, let's get it.
Yep, and Dave managed to take that dub again today because he called 31K. We all thought he was on drugs, but paid off big for him. He was very far out ahead. If you're following along, Dave has 53. I'm Austin. I got 44. Kanal has 42, and Tyler has 41. All right, let's get to the gambling. Dave, what would you like to select?
All right, I'm going big. I'm going home. I'm going 32,000.
Holy moly!
Jeez Louise,
That's my final answer.
32,000.
Yes, sir. You got a problem with it?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right, I got a number if you don't want to go, Osti.
I'll go.
Go.
I'll go. I'll go 31 to 22.22.
Okay, not bad. I'm going 30,900.
Perfect.
All right. We'll have to see when Kanal locks in.
Yep. If Kanal locks in before the end of the show, we'll let you know. But you guys have to come back and see. It's going to be anybody's game because the market is wild and unpredictable, especially with recent events going on in the country. So make sure you stay tuned to see what happens. But we want to thank everyone for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Leave us a voice message on anchor.fm/gauchos or biggauchos.com if you want to send an investing tip. We're going to put it on the show. Tyler, do that thing.
All right, Big Gauchos, quick disclaimer because we love disclaimers. Everything said on this podcast is our opinions from our experiences. We are not licensed brokers. So please, please, please invest safely, Big Gauchos, and do some research on what you're investing in because we are not liable for any lost gains, but we are directly liable for all major gains. With that being said, please like and subscribe. We are growing every day because of y'all. We're about to break 10,000 views in less than a year.
Whew, that's pretty crazy.
I'd like to thank everybody for the support. With that being said, David, let the viewers know our amazing Instagram.
Yeah, so the Instagram is at Big Gouches. Come over, check us out. We got some pretty good content going out, and we also have a brand new TikTok hosted by, Big Goucher Tyler. So go check that out too if you use TikTok.
Yeah, Big Gauchos.
We appreciate all the love and support. We're growing every day, so make sure to come on and join the wagon.
Yes, sir. Hop on that bandwagon or don't. You can say you were a hipster like everyone else always tries to say that they were, but you didn't do it first. You just hopped on like everyone else. That's okay. We still love you. But you can also hop on over to streaming and check us out. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to take us on the go, we're on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, Google, Pocket Cast, Breaker, Radio Public, Overcast, or you can add us to your own RSS feeder application. Please make sure, especially once you're done sharing that time code, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, make sure to leave us a rating 1 to 5 stars. We do not accept anything less than 4.5 stars, and leave us a nice review. Tell us who your favorite Big Gaucho is or something you liked that you heard on the podcast. And boys, do we have anything else to add before we sign off as usual?
Papa Musk is number 1.
Invest safely, Big Gauchos. Let it fly.
Agree. Buy FedEx, and good night from Arizona. Hope it makes my day. Peace.